Testing, testing. Here I am. Here's the damn thing got turned on. Haha. Okay, so let's see. Let me make sure the mic is working, and it is. I'm working on the liquor game. It's a game about distilling liquor, and it'll be about making the spirit and the process that it takes to make it. But I'm going to tell it from the story from the bottom up, hopefully, where you're a worker. Not with a whole lot of ambition, of course. You Well, I mean, you bring as much ambition as you want to, but I mean, the sky, there is not a sense of the sky is the limit. I'm going to end this game with $1 million kind of a thing. It is, you're going to have very strict um, goals to end the game. But that'll change maybe later. Just right now, the story that I want to tell is something more or less like that. So I've been thinking about this action area. I wish I would have had more time. Oops. Today at work to work on this idea, but I didn't, so I'm working on it now. Let's see. To get an idea of where I'm at, you'll have to watch the previous video. I'm really nowhere. I just made some general boxes and basically labeled them with things that I want to do. This doesn't have to be everything, and there can be more. So it's just really loose. It's so that you don't start off in a blank, uh, kind of like a blank slate. Because sometimes it's harder for people, I think, to work in a blank slate. For me, maybe not. I don't know. This just helps me clear my head and it gives me more room to think. So we know. So for the turn order thing, I'll make this really simple. Let's say it's going to be a four-player game. Let's go ahead and set this up for a four-player game. We're going to do turn order. So we're going to be able to change turn order during the round. So we'll have a current turn order and a previous turn order. So I'm going to just extend this book. I'm not trying to do anything perfect, obviously. I'm just trying to make something. So we'll say we'll do a lighter color, and then we'll just say 1, and we'll just call it, we don't have to do this later, but for now, just for our own sake, let's screw with this turn order thing. This will be our turn order deal. This will be the first. And then we'll just I'll show you, I'll just make a quick, we'll do a minus, oops. All we're doing is an arrow. It's a crappy arrow, but it's an arrow nonetheless. Do this bigger, shorter, group it, and we'll just show the first player. We could do dot dot dot, whatever reminds us that, hey, and we have it separated so that we know that the current round is this round, and then this is going to be the next round. So we might do, for now, we'll just do an arrow just to show that these slide up. And that's probably too pronounced. So let's just go for a gray. So we know that this will be the turn order, and then things will slide. Let me see if I've got any other assets that I can kind of play with here. I'm looking at a flash drive that I have here of other stuff that I'm working on. Oh, there's a good one. So here I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my meeple drawing and just kind of place it there. We'll give him an actual color. We'll say that he's a red maple. Red. Actually, this is for you, Chad. It's a blue maple, and then I'm playing, so I'm a yellow maple. I never like to use that yellow when I'm playing with design work, so I'll go to an orange yellow. Oops. This is a meeple that I drew from a sideways perspective, that's why it looks a little funky. But I just needed it for gameplay. So there you go. So we've got meeples, and then like in the future, it could be like that, and then you know that the next turn order, what happens or whatever. Let's see if I have any other interesting assets that I could use. Hopefully I can find cubes. I'm sure I've got drawings of cubes. There's drawings of octagons. I'm sure in that there's a square cube. Let's see. No cubes there. Those are Corrupt City. The other game me and Sarah were working on, or are working on, I don't know. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with that project. We haven't really discussed it. She might take over that project, or I might take it over. I don't know. We'll see. I need to find icons that look like squares. I thought I had some right there. Yeah, probably there. Cool. So I'll take that. These are previously drawn cubes. And I'll place those here. Place that here so that we have cubes. I'll go ahead and change the colors so that they're easier to see. Cool. All right. The thing that I've been thinking about today is this action selection. Basically, we have you as a person. You'll have in the game. We'll have chunks of time you're working with. I'm going to abstract the hell out of it, but right now it's just, I have it like this. It's not very abstract. So consider like this is time you'll be sleeping for 8 hours, so that's not available, I guess. You have leisure time. Oops, I bring that to the front. You have leisure time, which you can use for. You have time that's left over. You can use for leisure, or you can use to work. Okay, so I'm thinking about an action selection mechanism, and I was kind of thinking about how I get skill trees work, or technology trees work, and trying to I know it's been done before, but I kind of wanted to do it and see if I can do something, a different spin. So let's go ahead and make a card. Let's go, we're going to do standard poker size, 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, there's our standard poker size. Let's add a lip on that sucker. Now it's got a lip. And then let's we'll do that as well as okay, we're just doing that so that we can see it better, not for a real big reason. Cool. I put gradients on cards all the time. I don't know, I just do it. I put gradients on everything just to do it, so I don't have to do a whole lot of hard work. Okay, so let's say there's these action cards, and let's say the action cards have skills associated with them. So let's say the skills, right now we won't have names. We'll just say there's different color skills. We'll just get some skills, and we're going to give them colors. The reason why we're going to give them colors is so we don't have to name them, and it's just a placeholder. Later on, there might be more skills, there might be less skills, whatever. So each player, actually, you know what? Instead of doing those, let's make the skills cubes. So we'll set those cubes aside. We'll get these, and we're just gonna do skills as cubes. 6, 7. Okay, so we're just gonna make different color cubes here. Bam. Let's see if orange looks different enough. Yeah, it looks different enough. Red, green, obviously. We need a blue. We have a purple. Let's do a light blue, and let's just do those for now. We can, well, let's go ahead and add 2 more. We'll do our classic black, which looks very dark, and then we'll do a light gray. Okay, so these, I'm gonna set that aside. I always make doubles and triples of everything, just so, I don't know, it's just that bad habit I have. So I made a double of all that, and I made it at that same size. So I've got all these. So let's say the cards have 3 skills. This is going to change, obviously. So they have 3 skills. This one has these 3 skills. 3, and it has them. Oops, not like that. It has them in this way. Bam. Let's call this a task. So this task is going to have 3 skills. And so I'm going to select these so that I can get them all the same size when I start messing with it. So this task has 3 skills. Let's say the player can collect skills in order to be better at picking tasks. Okay, so let's just, for now, we'll make, oops, I'll tell you what we'll do. So we'll delete this thing, get this thing, we'll just make several task cards. In those task cards, we want to come up with combinations. Oops. This sucks trying to do it this way. Here we go. Much better. Okay, so orange is one of the colors. That's fine. Do purple here. I'm not going to go through all the variables that we can have. I'm just going to do different color combinations. The main thing is that they're all different. We can do that. Purple, red. Don't want to repeat red as the last one, so we'll do green there. Which one have I not done? We'll just do light gray. Cool. Okay, so there's a set of tasks. What if, let me go ahead and group all these individually. What if when a player picks a, well, okay, so first they're going to randomly be dealt out tasks at the beginning of the game. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe a task per lot of things they have. So First, they'll be dealt a task for their first section of the day. Let's say they get this task. Okay. This task, these are the things they can do. Let's say that the player has the possibility of gaining, let's call these cubes attributes for now, gaining up to a total of, let's just say 9 for now. Let's say 6 for now. So each player can get, let's see if I got a player mat drawn out here. Let's just draw a player mat then. Or steal a player mat. We'll do that. And that, steal that. We'll call that the player area. Player area, put a cube. Paint it white for now. We'll say we'll just write 6 max for now. And then just to make this one a little different, let's see if I can easily change that. Like that. Change it to there, and then we'll do that to match. Okay, so on our player mat, we know that we can get 6 cubes maximum. Okay. So when the player gets this card, they can choose all of one type of cube. For now, this is just me talking out my ass, by the way. I don't know this for sure. I'm just making it up on the fly. So let's say for now you can pick, let's see, all of one. Oops, I'm dumb. Pick all of one, or one of two. Okay, so let's make a image of what that kind of looks like. We're gonna do some iconography just for now. We're gonna put that, we're gonna put a line under it for all. This is just me. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's what we're doing here for just bullshit designing. I say bullshit because I don't have a plan. I'm just working and slowly screwing with the edges. Okay, and then we'll say 2. I don't know how to do the non-equal sign, so what we'll do is we'll do an equals, and I'll just draw the non part. Make that a stroke, and we'll go too big, non-equal. So we'll do that. So something sort of like that. I want to show that these are different. So let me, I don't want to use a color that's shown. So let me turn that gray. Try that again, gray. And then do that part white. Do that part, that, boom, boom, not equal. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Sarah is messaging me. Add this in a few. Okay, so let's see. Pick all of one. I don't like how that lines up, but it doesn't matter. I'm just being too picky for now since this is not going to probably last. I say it's probably not going to last because this is just brainstorming. It might be a little bit in depth for brainstorming, but I still call it brainstorming for now. So let's say you have that, and let's go ahead and I kind of like the idea that I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say we have these 6. Da, 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 da. Turn those white. I don't like the way that is. Let's actually give them a. What if I just do them all as a shape? Cool. And then now you know cubes go there. So the idea would be, boom, I get this card, then I get to pick all of a color or one of two or +1 happiness, +1 happy. I don't like the idea of using happy. I hate looking at smiley faces in games, so I don't want to. It's not going to be happy. Maybe I can change that now and continue using that. But what can we say instead of happy? +1. Because you have two types of basically of things. You could look at it as happy, like you go to work and you're not happy, but that's not necessarily true. You go to work and it's a different type of stress than going home, and I don't want to call it stress because I'm already using stress in other games. +1. Dang, I'll think about it for now. I don't want to get hung up on it, so we'll just say happy. It's a placeholder. +1 happy, or yeah, we'll say +1 happy. So also I forgot for you gamers, we've got to put an or sign. Otherwise, you'll be like, I can do this, this, and this. Let's say this. We'll put that there. Put that there. Okay, so you can do that, or +1 happy. I don't like the way that looks, but I'm trying not to be bugged by it. So the way it works, you get the card, you can go, okay, so the skills that I wanted to be developed, let's say I wanted to be all red, all of these red. Okay, so what I'm thinking is before the cards are dealt, okay, so it'll be an initial initial randomization of the cards. Maybe they're different per round, I don't know. So you have an initial randomization of cards. Cards come out, and let's say these are the cards. They're given to the players in order as they're being drawn. Okay. But before that, you'll take the amount of cards that are going to be done for the round, and everybody gets to see them. So we know that in this round, in a 3-player game, these are the 3 cards coming out. First thing that goes is who who is the best at a job, best at a skill. So let's say this player has collected 2 blue. Okay, so this makes it easy. These come out. This player is the best at blue. So before the cards get shuffled, this player, since they're the best at blue, they will get the choice of which card they want. So what would be interesting is to say, let's call this 1 player, and let's say this is 2nd player. That if the 2nd player, they're not the right size. Dang it! That's what I hate about manipulating sizes. So let's say the 2nd player has this. Okay, so here's how it goes. The player can collect a card. So the first thing that goes is who's most qualified to get cards. So the first thing will be who has the most lines. Okay. This one has the most lines in this, and this one has 1 line in that. So he has 2 lines in this, 1 line in that. This one has 1 line in that. Okay, this player has the first choice to collect either one of these, or if he chooses, let's say if he chooses this card, this player has a choice for that card. This player can also opt to say, nah, you know what, I'm just going to do it randomly. I don't want either one of these cards. Or the card I really want is that one, so I don't want either one of these cards. So then it goes to the next player who has 1 line. Let's say there's a 3rd player, and both of these are, what's not here, green. Both of these, I mean orange. Both of these are orange. Orange. Both of the, oh, dang it. Orange. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Okay, so, in this case, these are the cards that are come out in the next round. This person has the most in 1, so this one's in contention. This player has the only one that can get it, and this player doesn't have access to any of them. Okay, so this player decides to take this card. Okay, these 2 players don't have the choice of picking any card, so these are shuffled and then delegated by the farmer to whoever is playing. Okay, so when these are delegated, out of these, that player then chooses pick all of 1. So like they can pick 3 yellow here. They can choose to pick nothing and just take the happiness. What that represents is the player devoting an amount of skill towards their tasks. By taking those, they're becoming more skilled in their task. And by becoming more skilled in their task, as the tasks become more, as the tasks become, as they become more skilled, they can do tasks that are more specialized. That's what I'm trying to say. So maybe the tasks will evolve into something specialized, or maybe there's a second section of it. Maybe there's 3 sections of the card where you have other work that needs to be done. I don't know, but the beginning of it is this interesting thing, and of course these numbers are going to change, but the interesting thing is going to be building your skill set. And of course you can change your skill set. And the theme is like, okay, so I'm hardcore learning one, or I'm becoming a generalist so I can pick more tasks. And you can change um, skills. Let's say we also have a reserve skill box where you can reserve skills. I think that would be cool. So we have a box here which will reserve skills later on, so that whenever, so the what you could do is maybe become generalized, and as you become generalized you can later become specialized and start getting rid of these but retaining some of the knowledge. Let's do that, and then we'll do like one here that's going to be lighter. So this will be a little tricky. Let's see, transparency. Oops, close. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we have our skills, we have our reserve skills down here, and then we'll have an ability to add that maybe. I don't know. I'm liking where this is going though. That's probably where I'm going to leave off for today. I don't know if I feel like doing a full hour. I got to get up early morning to do work. The other thing that I kind of want to mention is, if you don't know, I'm using an old version of Illustrator. You can find them on eBay for fairly cheap. It works okay on Windows 10. I don't know about Windows 11. But basically, you buy a Illustrator 10, put it on there. You can buy them for very cheap. It's still really good software that you can use to do vector stuff. From here, I'm going to go into TTS once I start really doing stuff. But right now, like I said, it's brainstorming. It's great for brainstorming, and it's really easy to use. So I would suggest, if you're going to design, or you need to get an application that you're familiar with. I'm familiar with Illustrator, been familiar with Illustrator forever, and this is me. Anyway, let me see how you turn this damn thing off.